Okay. Ah, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to yet another episode of the Talk Track. As per usual, we're at Plot 8B, Gavula Road, the Barrow House, unofficial home of the Kara Junkies. I take that back. I think it's now official. We've colonized this place. For those of you that don't know, yes, I'm sitting. It's not that I've grown shorter. I'm just sitting today. It feels like nicer. I can do a lot of things with my hands now. I like this setup. Also makes me feel like Joshua Barak. We're going to give people lighters, even if it breaks our hearts. The Talk Track, as usual, is an independent production of the Kara Junkies. It's produced, edited, and sound mixed by Morris, aka Moro Moro, aka Mokono Moja, aka the Unilateral DJ, aka he just made 3 years. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, in collaboration with the Barrow House, the Kara Junkies just made 3 years of constant collaboration with the Barrow House. Yeah, this is 3 years of 3 years of Retro Fridays, 3 years of, Talk Track podcast, 3 years of the Q list. Well, these are all kind of new, but yeah. So yeah, congratulations to the Kara Junkies. Congratulations to us, Maurice. We've done a very good job so far. Yeah, cheers to that. Thank you so much to the Barrow House for always being there, for being the place to express ourselves. Climb on chairs. It's okay. It's the only bar that won't kick you out when you climb on chairs. We don't own any of the rights to the music you're going to be hearing playing in the background. That music. The opinions presented on the Talk Track are independent of the entities affiliated with the Talk Track, that is the Barrow House and the Kara Junkies. These are opinions presented from experiences and perspectives. But still, feel free to leave a comment when you check us out on our socials at Talk Track UG on YouTube. Leave a comment there. Let's see what you're thinking and what you think we are thinking. It's always good. Feedback is good. I already introduced Maurice. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Roy, the host with the most, aka Kamada, aka for today, Bluey. Yeah. Balenciaga is back, making a very serious comeback. Yeah. So, where to start from? It's been a long weekend. Friday, people died. May I escaped? Friday, people died. We started celebrating the Kara Junkies on Friday. Yesterday it was serious. And so when we all walked in today and Rowena was going, the energy is lower. And they were like, no, we want to drink later. And then she walks out and she comes back. What did you say?
Well,
you can't what?
The words are not mine. They say if you're already dead, another bullet won't work. It came from K.
If you're already dead, another bullet can't kill you. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that have been looking for an excuse to take one more bottle, take one more shot, the quote is by Uncle Ken. If you're already dead, another bullet won't kill you. All right, guys, do we know aura farming? Of late, I've been getting this thing on my TikTok For You page. May I watch aura? I watch TikTok. It's okay. There is this. No, me. Listen. I made peace with it. Yeah, it's okay.
Fine.
It's okay. But on if you guys have been looking, I don't know if it's just on TikTok now. It should have spread to Twitter and other platforms as well. Have you seen those kids in Indonesia who are standing at the front of boats? Those kids with vibe? Yes, those guys who do those things, those ones. Ah, Jesus. It's crazy. It's that particular thing has been happening in Indonesia for like centuries. It's part of a tradition called Paku Jalur. But that last part that everyone is now seeing, it's a whole festival, and at the end of that festival, they celebrate it with a boat race across this river in Indonesia. I've forgotten the name. And, it's just been happening. Like, it's not a new thing. It's not something that people have just discovered. It's been happening. But the purpose of those kids at the front is, well, initially, it was to, like, hype up the rowers. Because if you watch the videos, those guys row with a lot of energy. So the goal was to hype up the rowers. But then there is this one kid who has gotten super, super popular for like the way he did it, like his aura. The guy was just chill it's 2 things. One, I know all of us here, some of us are not big fans of water. I swim and all that, and we boat, but some of us are not big fans of water. That kid is standing on a very narrow thing like this, and he's dancing, he's doing his moves, and they're wearing shades. Right there, Halima is showing you. But it has been all over the place this week. But then it goes to show you, you don't need a lot to become popular these days. You just need to find the world in the right moment. Someone one time tweeted, it's like asking Kanye West for 100,000 USD. Chances are he'll give it to you if you find him in the right moment. Because Kanye West is quite unpredictable. And so I was thinking about it yesterday, and I'm like, it doesn't take a lot. Huh? You just have to find the world in the right moment. Because right previously, I think a big thing was, is it called Dexter Rapper? And his father of that game.
The Kasese Giant.
The Kasese Giant. that man's West has saved him from subsistence farming. But like talking about, because the whole essence of those kids at the front of the boat is like hype everyone, but they need to look cool. They need to look cool doing it, right? And that brought it brought up the phrase aura farming, where you sort of exhibit certain aspects of yourself a bit more, so that people either perceive you in a certain way or are drawn to you and stuff like that. And when I was thinking about aura farming, then I started thinking about Delulu is the Solulu. Let us be delusional, right? And it got me thinking about our topic for today, which is the lies we tell ourselves. But there are very many things. We're going to talk about very many things, but I was like, if we are delusional, we are that delusional, like we're the main characters in every story. Because I think in our own minds, and it's not inherently narcissistic, but we are human beings, and our perceptions really dictate how we view everything else around us, right? You've seen it especially with how we treat each other. If I treat you with kindness, I will expect you to treat me back with kindness, right? Which is not really, but you're drawing from your own experience to make that conclusion, right? And so, with this the social media has come and everything is a big thing now. So, we're just going to talk a little bit about, our lies. Delulu is the Solulu. What lies we tell ourselves to maybe get through the week, the year. But I would just like to start, what is the most common lie? I think it could be personal, it could also be general, but what's the most common lie you guys have told yourselves?
I'm sorry, if you allow me, before we go into the most common lie, when we were talking about the aura farming, I don't know where people come up with these things, but I think if you've got it, that's what we're seeing here.
Yeah, because
the
kid by the didn't have to do a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Now, for me, I'll come and I put extra energy. You get what I'm saying? Then I'll even be there and say, Kana.
Yeah, but when
now I'm coming back to the lie thing. Nange, olavo ya chikoze.
If they can did it, even me I can did it.
We've been seeing it, like you get what I'm saying? And then how good in Sobola, John Sobola. They say. Yeah. So half the time we tell ourselves, I can do that thing. And yet sometimes it's just not your it.
Like
so nange kati olaba nange nteka oja kulaba
so lochikola just
ukamba chi akokoka. Now that's the biggest for me.
It's the most
what I've noticed, and it happens, I have a feeling I've probably done that before in my life as well.
I think we
all tend to think that is easy. You'll see.
The place I've seen that happen the most, again, I like to bring this up, is karaoke, right? Because when you tell people about karaoke and you're like, hey guys, we're going to go and we're going to sing and the lyrics are on the screen, and everyone is like, yeah, the lyrics are on the screen, that's easy, I'll be able to see. And then the guy gets the mic and the words are flowing, and then the system shuts down. You can tell system malfunction. The eyes and the ears and the mouth are not coordinating. So yeah, but Is it necessary for us as human beings to consistently overestimate our own capabilities? Do you think it's necessary for us to survive in this world to be like, you know what? I know maybe or maybe not, I may not be able to run that thing, but I need to be able to believe that I can. Is it necessary for us? Does that help us get through life? Or do you think it's essential for us to be realistic in our capabilities and our potential?
Okay, hello.
I like how we first tested the mic. Is it on?
Again, Kyria here. Okay, so something small on the Aura farming kid. So apparently, I saw a tweet today. A friend of his told him, that guy, you're viral. And I was like, I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, everyone has seen you, the dances you do on the boat and everything. And he's like, I invented that. I do dance, but that was me. Like,
Yeah.
I chose to do that.
Yeah.
It wasn't choreographed. It was something random. I thought I could do it.
Yeah.
I'm rather surprised it's gone viral.
Yeah.
So, like she said, it's an it thing. Whether either you have it or you don't. Yeah? And that was nice to see. Actually, it was nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, going back to the topic. Well, I feel like as human beings, there's one thing we do the most. There's one thing we like to do. I would say we like to lie to ourselves. We do that a lot. And listen, it's, how should I phrase it? It's sort of, it's a driving factor for us. It's a driving factor. If you're not delusional, you may not get to where you think you're supposed to be. It's this feeling we have, that I need to be somewhere. Maybe I could dance like that kid. It's that delusion that drives you to at least try. And oftentimes trying is often enough. Just try.
It either works out or it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, sure. So it's a driving factor for us, and it's something ingrained in our genes as human beings.
Yeah.
All of us.
But
all of us, no exceptions.
yeah, I think like we were saying earlier, I think all of us have been in that position where you go, I can do that. I can, that looks easy. I can jump on that boat and also do that thing. But speaking of having that delusion, I think there is two things that I kind of find in my experience talking with people, there's two things I find they tend to mix up or confuse, the aspect of delusion and hope, right? In your opinion, are those two different? And is it possible, can you have delusion without hope? Like, first of all, are delusion and hope different in terms of how we, present ourselves and how we live our lives, right? But also, can there be delusion without hope?
I think they go hand in hand a little bit. Delusion can be a joke you make to yourself. It can be a joke you make to yourself. You know you can't attain something, but you tell yourself you can do it.
Yeah.
It's more general like that. That's delusion. Whereas hope is you engage more in hope than delusion. You actually engage in trying to attain what you're looking for. That's hope. Whereas delusion is more general. You can be delusional about a lot of things.
I'm delusional about $1 million right now. I don't know.
A Lamborghini or something, on
Ugandan roads. A Lamborghini, you enter a pothole, you'll never come out.
Wait,
you just leave it there.
You're in Uganda, man.
Uganda to afford high enough necessary ground clearance to be able to go.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm making quite enough sense.
I think Rowena wanted to say something as well. Oh, Josh.
Yeah, that could be the difference between the two. But
right.
I think they go hand in hand in a way. Here and there,
yeah. What's up, Josh?
Yes.
Uncle Josh in the house, yo.
Allow me first throw more light on the first point. Yeah,
The aura farming, eh?
yeah.
Yeah.
The oral family? No. Was it the second?
The second
The
of.
second about overestimating.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
In my own perspective, it's very essential for you to always be positive, because it's not specifically overestimating, because sometimes you feel like I'm overestimating myself and you accomplish the task.
Yeah.
So whenever you undermine your capabilities, you only have one option of failing, always at your disposal you have two options: trying and not trying. But when you try, you can either succeed or not succeed. But if you fail to try, failure to try is automatic failure.
Yeah.
And in life, everything, we must accept that everything you do begins from the brain. If you do not touch the idea of, okay, I should do this, you will never do it, however much you could.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you yourself become an enemy of progress to yourself, so how do you expect to really find out otherwise?
Hampering.
In life, I've had two people who have, I commend them for their positivity about things. As a young child or a young boy, you can have your aspirations and you want to do things. There is that conversation you have with a mature person and you're telling them, okay, I want to do this.
Yeah.
They really see it's impossible, almost close to impossible.
Yeah.
But they tell you, yeah, you can do it. But how are you planning to do this? Yeah, I don't know if I should mention these people on air.
Well, if they are comfortable.
Yeah, so these people are Mr. Olimi David Rutabalenja and Miss Esther Jane Rutabalenja. These are the only two people who have been so encouraging. I tell them, for example, I remember back in the days I'd just finished, like back in high school, I was like, I want to buy my first car after senior 6 VAC. I had the conversation with both these two people, not asking either of them to give me money or anything, but then knowing very well I don't have that money, but then they will tell you, okay, yeah, that's possible, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But how are you looking forward to accomplishing that task? So usually, another challenge we usually face is people who demoralize us. You see, when someone demoralizes you, you can never find out other ways that you would have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we must also make that amendment in our lives, not to demoralize people. Whenever you try, sometimes you might not accomplish what you specifically wanted, but you get something out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. Thank you.
Hey. We are there.
Meanwhile, happy 3 years. Well done. You guys have kept us busy. Kwegamba, we'll be there, the whole weekend. But anyway, Kalanguka with them. But thank you, Kara Junkies. What I need to say, though, is what are we referring to as delusion? Okay? Quite often we attach delusion to the impossibility of achieving or getting something. That it is too, yes, but it is too, no,
it is too far-fetched. It is,
I keep telling people, too far-fetched for who? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, how about you try it? I think we come from the same school of thought because our grandfather used to say, you try and fail, but you do not fail to try. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that is why sometimes you find, personally, I will wake up and say, I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because even when it fails, you have learned a lesson, like he has mentioned. You have picked something. Next time, you will adjust. It's like an experiment. We are living a life of experiment. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yes, let us be as delusional as we can. In a sense of, and I don't want to, I know they work hand in hand, but you see, there are some people who know there is hope, but they don't know hope for what. You need to also know hope for what.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are people who exist, just we are existing. You wake up because you are alive.
But you wake up because you are alive.
And you have to wake up.
Eh,
You get what I'm saying?
You're
Then you
functioning on
walk,
autopilot.
then just because it's a system, you wake
Yeah.
up, you either stay in the house or go out of the house and walk. If you either walk or basically we are there, you know. So you also need to know where does my hope come from? I should be that delusion we're talking about, that
Yeah.
thing that we feel is hard to reach. That's the thing. That's why we have goals, no?
Yeah.
That's why even in football you have a goal post. Even any game we are looking for that. Someone said, let us see if you can reach that ball there. You get so
Yeah.
it becomes a goal. Hence using the same exact word to sort of describe two different but similar things. You get one is literally like a physical, this is what we're doing. Then the other, of course, and it can work, the wordplay can be used in all situations.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're looking at a football pitch, someone said you cannot kick from here to there. You try and see, and when you do it, you've got a goal. You get so every day in life we're trying to score goals.
Yeah.
Because this delusion we are having, I want to do this, I want to achieve this. That is why that is living. Otherwise, we would not be here. And as a human being, you need to survive to exist. If we all just walk around and they call it existentialism, trust me, human race will be gone in the next couple of years. But because of the drive, your body, your adrenaline, you drive, your brain is functioning. That's why you see when people retire and they are no longer delulu. They're not looking for the goals. They call it what? You go all these things we talk about. People, if you've noticed, people's health deteriorates.
That is true, yeah.
After retirement, because now the brain, you're not doing anything, you're not planning anything, you don't have a goal, something to be delusional about. I mean, what is it again? Yeah? So,
Yeah.
at least say the other trip I could not go for. Or something, So I think I've overspoken. And so
Hi.
Hi, Halima.
The Lulu is the Solulu. I'm so happy to be here. It's my first talk track.
Hey.
But we are here to stay.
Debutant.
So, about being Delulu, if you are not Delulu, you won't go far in this life. Being delusional is like a driving force for us. Like, it gives us purpose. You have something driving you. That's yes. But if you are Delulu, just for Delulu, you stay in a fantasy. Yes, you'll just be there thinking about it in your head.
Yeah.
But you're doing nothing about it.
Yeah.
So being delusional, you have to go ahead and do something about it. And that's how next thing you see, the whole world is literally in a war. They were delulu enough. Kasese giant.
The man said, my father can dance. I'm going to put him on stage. And I'm sure everyone Muchalo was like, Tochikeza.
You get?
Tokola Eda.
But now that also takes us to the aura farming. That no one can be them.
Yeah.
We are all here, but no one. And that's what has pushed. You can also be, you can strive. And if that's what you want to, that's your delulu.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's as simple as catching your delusion and putting it in reality.
Yeah.
Then it could open other doors. That's why delulu is the solution.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, well, that's very nice. All of you have given very nice deliberations. But now, I think you've often heard that, and the reason why the word delusion is used, I think, a lot these days is because we've often heard, when someone tells you, stop lying to yourself. Yeah? They say, stop lying to yourself. You've told someone, or you've presented something to someone, and they're like, stop lying to yourself. Do you think, in terms of and again, it still comes back to the lies we tell ourselves. Is it us who mostly perceive those as the lies we tell ourselves, or it's the people around us who do that for us? Okay? Because I've never heard anyone say, I want to be an actor and win an award in Hollywood and they're in Uganda. And to themselves, that is very possible. But more often than not, it is the people around them going, why are you lying to yourself, my guy? So do we then internalize that as the lies we tell ourselves? Because we've spoken about delusion, and everyone actually agrees that it's necessary. But at some point, someone is going to. So do we then internalize that sometimes our delusions are, actually lies that we are telling ourselves to get by?
You see, by the time you already are not believing, it means you're not being delusional. So it will not qualify when you tell yourself, okay, I cannot do this. Yeah? But by the time you want to do it, you've convinced yourself, I can do it. You get? It's usually the people around us, if I'm being honest with you. It's the society that has set these sort of standards. But you cannot. I take a ticket, you have a million gold. Do you have connections? To be there, you must be like that. To be there, you must look like this. To be there, you must sound like that. You get what I'm trying to say? So the only time the delusion is when you have the delusion, let us say, but are doing nothing about it, like she said. Then clearly you're lying to yourself. You get? I am saying I want to be this, but I'm chilling, man. I'm saying, yeah, I want to, yeah.
One day.
One day. Nenga, one day, I'm chilling. Eh? I'm just narrating for you my goals, my dream.
Yeah.
Then I leave it there. So now already there, that's the delulu that is not the solulu. People Ghana, you have lied to yourself.
So, but why is that actually a very big thing? Why is it easier for us to speak about the things that we want to achieve, to be delusional in that sense, but then not be practically delusional? Like, oh, I want to buy like a G-Wagon, and I just keep telling everyone I want to buy a G-Wagon. It's easier to say I want to buy a G-Wagon. Why is it then so difficult for us to actually go out there and do what it takes to get that G-Wagon?
I think it's a choice. You choose. You either do something about it or you do nothing about it. Because when you do something about it, you'll see the results. You will work hard, you will save that money, you'll buy that G-Wagon.
Yeah.
I want to buy a G-Wagon, I want to buy a G-Wagon. Tomorrow, I'm doing nothing about it, the G-Wagon will not come.
Yeah.
And no one is even going to bless me with it because I'm not exposing myself. No, I'm not exposing myself to the places
and the people who will bless you.
Could literally bless, maybe bless. There's no effort.
Yeah.
You get
It's okay.
I'm sorry, let me add on what she said. I've remembered something. Eh? Of course, though sometimes we're like, if it wasn't for concern on safety, bravo. You've seen the girls. I'm sorry, this example is quite hilarious. You've seen the girls who go like by the roadside and say, I want to be taken on a trip. And then somehow, it's usually those rich dudes who don't care, but that can also be a murder case and we're watching Discovery after. But someone actually comes and says, hi, you want to go on a trip? Yes, I'm with my friend. And the thing is, some of these men are not bad. I've seen it. Well, he has no problem. Okay, fine, come with your friend. They go on a trip and they know that these girls are recording it the whole journey.
Yeah.
You get? So for you there, a trip.
Are you telling us to
I will go to the Maldives.
Are you telling us to stand on the side of the road?
No, I'm not telling you to stand at the
without
side
placards.
Of the road. But someone was delulu. They did that. She was. They went on the roadside, risked. They were risking being. They were risking being on ID. She went on the road, put up a signpost, then serial kid had passed. So that's And I think, okay, yeah, maybe some of them are scripted, but to be honest, sometimes you've not seen someone who will come and say, "Manang, they don't, then someone says, "Oh no, you want what? No problem." You've seen that. Now let me tell you one of my experiences. The first time so it was supposed to be internship. I did not get an appointment. I would ask whenever I would call, the guy would. One time I just walked straight to Smart FM. I had no appointment. I was not told, Smanya, what, come on this day, nothing. I walked, I reached there. I told the secretary, told me, hello, how can I help you? I'm here to see so and so. You have an appointment? Yeah. Oh, okay. You know, but because every time I would see this person, I would come and say hi. Hi, you remember me? Yeah. Hi, yeah. But I want to do radio. You know, I kept, so my name was ringing. By the time the lady called, yeah, oh, hi, there is a lady here called Rowena. She said she had an appointment with you. Imagine. He goes, oh, Rowena, yeah, tell her to come up. That day, if I missed that chance, someone had gone on maternity leave. You see how if I didn't just walk in there and just said, I've come to see so and so. And then I reached there and they told me, read the script. And then I read the script. They're like, okay, come on Monday and we do a bit of training. I walked out of there saying, it is good. I just walked in. I said, I left home. I just walked in. I said, today I'm going to work on radio. I got up. I know it doesn't work like that for everyone. That's what I'm trying to say. But I was delulu enough to just go without an appointment and said, I have come to see Roy.
But okay, so delulu is the solulu. That's where we are. Of course, the other side of the coin is honesty, right? And Joshua said earlier, you know, sometimes we are the ones who hamper our own progress, right? By demoralizing ourselves. But is there, especially self-honesty, right? Understanding your capabilities, understanding your potential, understanding how far you can go with particular things. How essential is factoring that in when we are coming up with what we have very, very aptly termed as our delusions? Because I think a lot of what we believe we can achieve is heavily determined by who we are as people. And I think one of the biggest things, again, sometimes people will tell us, oh, you're lying to yourself, is because they see what we are capable of. Like some people can actually see your potential more than you can do, right? And others just choose not to see it. And so it becomes up to us to filter who we're going to take that advice from and who we are not. But how important is that honesty, like self-honesty, like I, Roy, know I am capable of doing this and this and this. I, Roy, know I cannot do this and this and this. Therefore, I am going to try and excel in what I am good at and try to leave out maybe what I cannot do. How important is that honesty? And where does it, because it's also a very thin line, how do we navigate that line between I am being very honest about myself and I am demoralizing myself? So how important is that self-honesty, and you know, how do we walk that line between being I am being honest and I'm being realistic about what I can do, and I'm not like demoralizing myself?
Yeah, okay. About that, I think about being honest with ourselves, it's something that's inherent in us. We know our capabilities, you know what you can and cannot do. So that it's critical, by the way. It's very critical how that before setting up a goal, you know what you're supposed to do. You know what you have to do, and in order for you to go through with it, you actually have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you can actually pull it off. That's being honest with yourself. Oftentimes we also lie to ourselves, yes, but if you set a goal and you actually try and go through with it, that's you knowing your capabilities. That's you being honest with yourself. I think it's wired in us. You cannot be. You know when you're dishonest with yourself. You know when you're honest with yourself. It's just really there. It's not something that.
You can pretend does not
No,
exist.
no. You always have it, and we always know that this I can do. This I really can't.
Yeah.
I think as simple as that.
Halima is dying.
About being honest with ourselves, yeah? You may be limited by resources, other factors, but let me go on mainly resources. But you have this dream, you want to be this person. The finances are, maybe you're struggling, but you can expose yourself. Let me say I want to be the top footballer in Uganda. Naye sina nazigula ngatto za mupiira. Nga lwaki genda ku kisaawe beerayo tomanya. Genda ozanye mu bigere. You get? You never know. You've exposed yourself. Like, we don't have to limit ourselves. You can be honest with yourself. Sina sente naye kino nkyagala. So do something about it. Put yourself in. Expose yourself. Show up.
Does that work with relationships as well?
Maybe. Yes, it does.
Does it work with relationships as well? Huh? It does. No, with goals maybe, but with relationships, you've seen this fine girl. You're like, I don't
My
have,
friend,
but I am going.
I tell you, you will go and tell that girl, baby. That is your delulu, yeah? You go and tell this fine. You go and tell that girl. Man, I feel your shit. Sorry, language.
No, it's okay. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine.
You tell that girl, put your intention there. You never know. In the scene, that girl is like, it's okay. You move into her house and you start like that. But you have the girl. You said, Toina, you're limiting yourself. Hey, she's driving me. I don't have a car. Go and tell her. You drive. Be her co-driver. Yes. Be honest to yourself.
But be the co-driver. The Lulu is the Solulu.
Exactly.
Be there and you're a man.
That is.
Sorry, let me add something before we give to our friends who have just joined us. Here's the thing. All of us, we know I know my weaknesses. I know them. I may not want to market myself with them. And that is how life works. We all want to market our good traits. Even the person making the bar soap wants to market what the soap can do, not the size. Maybe that is it. Maybe the soap, maybe the color. But we are going to, because this is what we're doing. We are walking billboards of ourselves.
Ooh.
Yes?
Ooh.
So, you show your best side. Thank you.
Hey. Yeah.
Your brand. So, at the end of the day, I am going to know my weaknesses. If I want something so bad and I know maybe this is what is hindering me from experience, or because sometimes we find out our weaknesses through, when we are living and getting to try things and this and this. Yeah. Maybe if I know I'm not a morning person, I'm going to try and find something that's okay. I used to suffer going out for, but anyway, which I did it, but I felt trained. And that doesn't make me a lazy person. That is just, I identify. I will tell you, maybe I'm too upfront. Maybe I'm too this. So you know that this is how I'm going to go around this situation. That's when you know how to improve yourself. Or focus on developing your best self. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we are honest with ourselves. Then we come up with a strategy. But the moment you're honest with yourself and you still don't have a strategy, then what's the point of being honest with yourself?
Josh.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I concede to that factor. But here, I do still stand my ground that for sure you should not be demoralized at any point, because this can be the reason as to why you might not be capable. There are only two reasons. It's either because of you are not doing it right, or it's not within your hands. Okay, like she said, the resources. Yeah, it can be, yeah. So those are the two reasons. But we have also to keep in mind that when you still try, you get somewhere. Let's not outrule that fact. You try to, let's say, buy something that's 500,000. Because you have tried, you might not get exactly what you wanted, but at least you'll get something of 300 or 200, which wouldn't have happened if you said, no, I can't manage, I don't have where to get that money from, or be it building. People do it. People are like, no, sobola kuzimba nyumba sawa zino kanjira, and yet you would have managed slowly by slowly. You might not attain what you really want, but you will get something for sure. That's a guarantee.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes. That's being honest with yourself. The end justifies the means.
Machiavelli.
And the end justifies the means.
The end justifies the means, yeah?
Yeah,
I once read a tweet. I don't know. Okay, before I even talk about tweets, how do we call them X now? What? Because ever since Elon Musk renamed that thing to, I don't know what to call this. Are they? It's Twitter. It is X, formerly Twitter.
It's forever Twitter.
Okay. So I read a tweet. I read the tweet that said, for you to achieve, the man used the word a modicum, which is like the smallest amount of success in life. Yes, you require a certain degree of delusion, right? Because they say you can't do normal things and expect extraordinary outcomes, right? If you do normal things, you're going to get a normal outcome, right? And a lot of the comments down there, there was people who are Delulu is the Solulu, of course. There, Twitter, half the people are depressed, the other half, that don't know what they want in life. But there was a particular comment. There were two comments that stood out for me. One was someone replying and saying, you can be that delusional only when you know what you're capable of doing, right? You're allowed to be that delusional only when you're honest with yourself about what you're capable of doing, right? And then, like a few comments down, someone just put, "Why are you lying?" And but these are two conflicting ideas, right? The other person is, okay, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with this statement. The other person it's the demoralizers we're talking about. Why?
But you see, the moment you choose to go down the road of Delulu, okay, you've already decided that the world can take you as they want. As they come. Do you know how many people will say, you get? And they lose opportunities. They lose most of that's why you're like, how do they see me? But because why? You get? And you find that, I'll give an example. They used to call them clowns. Well, over time it changes. We have now we differentiate clowns from what they call them, comedians, yeah? Jesters, So all those terms over time. Do you know, back in the day, people would even laugh at you for being a comedian. You have put yourself in a position where the world may mock you, but through their mocking, you get what I'm saying? So that is, for me, one of the perfect examples, yes? That when you leave the comedians of today, they're quite respectable and everyone wants to be a comedian.
Yeah.
Let's take it back when people just seeing you as a comedian and
Was.
your name is even a clown, not comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the clown. They're announcing you, or all those other names that seemed
Now,
very.
now they call them MCs.
Hey, they divide them because they used to do all of those things. Yes. So they started growing, and that is why the ones of today are getting that respect because someone.
Yeah.
And you see, that brings me back to the it factor. Now, not everyone who's going to decooler will decooler. You get what I'm saying? Yes. That is where the other person says, by the time you are Dilulu, you know what you're capable of in your Dilulu. So you're not really lying to yourself. Yeah? The delusion is from the, can I accomplish this? But the moment you say, let me take this journey, you already know.
Yeah.
You know. You mean you don't know yourselves? You don't know what you're capable of?
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like, this is so me. That is why every time you're like, oh, that is so me.
Yeah, that is something
that
I
is
would do. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So this young boy who was having a good time, you
That
get,
guy is
he
so
also
cool,
knows.
man.
He
Yeah.
knew he could do it. So for me, in my Diruru also, if I come with my Diruru, and I think I can do it. Just first of all, picture me at the edge of a boat. Won't
But
I
no.
just drown in? So, no, seriously. So we need to know in our Diluluness, what can we Dilulu?
But you know what's interesting is you bring it up the eat because this
It factor.
Yeah.
If I don't have it, I do not have it. I will try and do it. Then I'll have it. That's why you see in this world we have a lot of people who example what he said, people who discourage others.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem stems.
Because they don't have it.
I don't have it. I think I can do it. I think if I did it, I would do it better. Maybe I would have done it like this. You leave the it. It is not your it. You go do your it, then you also do how you want to do your it. Don't go and tell another person how to eat their it factor. You get what I'm saying? That is why I will come and have a problem with Roy. I'm like, how come? You see, in school, we used to have kids. You soak your feet. Go sangoli ali kukanovo boy. Osagera. Kumachana aleta mklasi ne bamusoma nga yasinze ne munyiga. Kati the other person, that is their it. You know, that's why we are different. How I do things is not how you do them. How you do them is not how I'll do them. But in the diluluness, we need to know what we can dilulu.
Speaking of speaking of it and you know having that it because this kid has gone super viral and you know much like Dexter Rapper and his dad, everyone wants to do what he was doing, right? I have seen, especially in sports, I've seen a lot of sports people try to like replicate that dance and it just doesn't hit the same. Like I've seen. It just doesn't hit the same. And every time I've watched someone try to replicate the kid's dance. Like, let me go back and watch the kid. Let me go back and watch it because it just feels better coming from him.
No, but at the end of the day, we all have our best side that we can do best. You get? We all have our downside and our best. I'll come and do my thing, and it is me. It is natural from me. Even when you copy it, you will never bring it out the way it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have people who do covers of songs. No, but okay.
Hey, as you said, covers. There's some people who actually do it.
Yeah.
And actually they are better. They sound better. You get?
Yeah.
Like, so you just have to do it.
That one has
At the end
the
of the day, it is just do it.
Nike, yeah? Just do it. Yeah. Sometimes your eat is better than the other person's eat, but it is the same eat, but you are just eating better than the other one.
I've always told my colleagues that in our sections of command,
Yeah.
there is someone who will always command better than you. And if I feel that you're commanding better than me, I'll give you the lead. At one point, we have to accept that no, this person is better.
Oh yeah, actually, to close us out, because again, interest of time, but to close us out, I read a quote. I think it was on Wednesday, right before the quiz. I read a quote, and it went, "The only person who can be inherently satisfied with you is you." Okay, if you're looking for other people to be satisfied with you, it's never going to happen, because you know what? Somewhere out there, and the way I understood that, but I was thinking, we all universally agree that Jeff Bezos is the richest man alive, right? Currently, right? But based on what? Because there might be a drug dealer in the Congo who is sitting on rare earth minerals, and simply because his things are not legal, he's not listed as the richest man. But you get, there's always going to be someone richer than us, there's always going to be someone prettier, there's always going to be someone better looking, there's always going to be someone bigger. There will always be someone, in my young brother's words, in my baby brother's words, there's always someone badder than you. There's always someone badder than you. You just have to be okay with how bad you are.
Like Kelly Clarkson, if she covers your song, sit.
Sit. It is okay. She has eaten it.
Also, be happy for her. You see, that's what they say. It is okay. It is okay for someone to be better at something.
Yeah.
Just as you're better at something than the next person. To go living happy, we need to be happy.
And then they don't know that.
The last thing I would like to say,
Please.
in everything we do, it's important we do what we love. And as you're doing what you love, take up as much space as you can. The world needs to feel you.
Yeah.
Then, another thing. Another thing is, what you should know is one, no one would always want to see you succeed. Do your best.
Hallelujah.
And let the floor choose for themselves.
Nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So in the interest of time, allow me bring this to an end, where you guys have been, as per usual, a very, very, very lovely audience. I don't know, I got some feedback that the podcast should be longer than an hour. We should move it to like 1.5 hours, 2 hours. I'll have to talk to Mr. Producer and we'll see. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of our episode for today. Thank you so much for being here. Talk Track is an independent production of the Cara Junkies. It's produced, edited, sound mixed, and shot by Maurice. I have been your host for the evening. My name is Roy. Thank you all so much for being here with us tonight. We'll see you all again on Sunday. Go make good decisions or bad ones. We don't care. Live your lives. We'll see you on Sunday. All right.